Welcome back to FixIt Line. I'm Chris Eddy, and today we're going to learn how to light your outside so it looks nice while looking at it from the inside. And to help me do that, we have Randall Whitehead, who's a lighting designer and author of Lighten Up, who's going to help us with that. First of all, everybody has something, or a lot of people have this. I know I've had it in the past too, but they don't know what it's called. Why don't you explain what the black mirror effect is?
Yeah, it sounds a little scarier than you might think. But what it is when you try to look outside your window at night, and instead of seeing the view beyond, you end up seeing your own reflection as if looking into a black mirror. That's where the term comes from.
And some people actually do like that, so they can see how they look and that type of thing. But we have a couple of pictures that we want to show to illustrate how we can get away from that, correct?
That's right.
Okay. First I have this scene here. What did you do here?
Well, what we've got going on is you have this wonderful window wall here, and we've balanced the light inside and out so that you can see what's out on the deck, like the neon sculpture in the center, and then you can see the view of the city beyond that.
Right. What did you use for that?
We're using a series of fixtures, one in each of the corners, that's cross-illuminating the deck.
Okay. So it's going back and forth and giving it a nice clear view.
The reason that we're cross-illuminating is because when you're outside, if the lights were pointing straight at you, then you get it in your eye. So it's nice to be outside and inside when you cross-illuminate.
Okay, and then we have another picture also that we can look at and see how you worked on that one. Now this one's nice. It looks like you have some really nice plants in the backyard. How did you set this one up?
Well, this time we don't have a deck outside, so we're not so concerned with people getting the light in their eyes. And what we've done is we've mounted a fixture above each one of these windows, and they're pointing out towards the plantings. So we've got a good punch of light, a little bit brighter than we saw in the other shot because there's more light on the inside. The real trick is balancing the light inside and out to keep the glass transparent.
Okay, so it's mounted up high, but it's shooting out more away from the house.
That's right.
The plants and stuff.
Exactly.
So it brings everything out a little bit.
Yeah, and it visually expands the inside space too, so that your room inside feels larger and doesn't stop at the black mirror.
What kind of equipment do I need to set something like that up?
Well, it's actually pretty wonderful what we have here. This is a low voltage fixture, very compact. We were using 2 in the first shot and 4 in the second shot, and it uses what's called an MR16 bulb here, a multi-mirror reflector, and it's a 50-watt halogen that gives you about 100 watts worth of light, so you're getting a lot of bang for your buck there.
Okay. Now, how am I going to create, I have an okay backyard, but what can I do, what can I add to it to make it look nice outside?
Well, it makes a big difference lighting something outside. A lot of people just have a table and a couple of chairs. You don't want to light that up. You want to create what I call a vignette outside.
Let's take a look at a picture that we have and see what you worked on to make this one look really nice.
All right, I went to a garden supply store. I picked up a little gargoyle just made out of concrete, 3 candlesticks. There's a big vase in the background there, and then there's a plant off to the right. So I spent under about $100 to pull these features together. But there's a lot of dichotomy that's going on there, some dynamics.
Well, you're not just sticking them out there like that. Also,
that's right. You don't just line them up.
I mean, what can you do to make it? I mean, there's some artistry to it, isn't there?
I think there is.
Yeah.
What you want to create is sort of a mini landscape. We got some objects here that were brought together.
Okay.
And right now, as you see, they're just kind of lined up. Everything's about at the same height.
It looks okay.
It's okay.
And what are the elements we have here? We just got a nice plant on the one side.
Yes, we got a maiden's hair fern here. We have a small red flowering plant here, and then we have a fountain.
Okay.
Plugs in, has the water. It's a nice little feature.
So this is okay, but you can make it nicer by doing what?
Well, let's just move things around a little bit. Now, if we took the maidenhair fern and gave it some elevation, and then brought the small red plant out towards the front, then we've got a little bit more of a landscape effect going on, a little bit more visually interesting than just lining things up along the edge.
I can see people now running out and grabbing these elements and throwing them out in their backyard. What's a final tip you would have for everybody?
Well, for one, don't put them right next to the window.
The plants?
Right. What you want to do is put them at the edge of the deck or the patio, because the further away they are, the larger the inside space looks.
Okay. Thanks again, Randy.
You're so welcome.
Appreciate it very much. I certainly learned how to fix up my backyard, and I'll get right to it.
Very good.
Next, fixing a Montana oven. It's elemental.